Welcome back to The Explainer. You guys, we have finally reached the absolute pinnacle of global sports. The 2026 FIFA World Cup semifinal lineup is officially locked in, and we are staring down the barrel of two truly historic, highly anticipated matchups. We're talking generational rivalries, massive tactical shifts, and unparalleled superstar power all colliding right there on the pitch.
Okay, let's dive into this, because just to reach this Final Four, the sheer scale of the chaos was entirely unprecedented. Thanks to the expanded tournament format, a staggering 495 possible combinations existed for the third-place teams just to map out the round of 32. Seriously, 495 different ways the bracket could have materialized, all depending on which 8 third-place teams advanced. The math behind the scenes was literally dizzying, but, well, the dust is finally settled.
So, here is our roadmap for today. 1. The 32-team knockout gauntlet. 2. Welcome to the Final Four. 3. France versus Spain. 4. England versus Argentina. And 5. Odds and final predictions.
All right, Part 1. The 32-team knockout gauntlet.
Surviving this expanded 2026 format has been an absolute marathon, with every single team eyeing that ultimate prize at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. To really understand the exhaustion and the stakes here, you have to look at the grueling single elimination rules derived directly from the FIFA regulations. So, 32 teams advance from the group stage. That's the top 2 from each group, plus those 8 best third-place finishers we talked about. From there, it is do or die. You get 90 minutes of regulation time. If it's a draw, we go to 30 minutes of extra time. And if it's still tied after all that, it goes to the ultimate test of nerves, a penalty shootout, otherwise known as every manager's absolute worst nightmare. This is the brutal gauntlet these guys had to survive to get here.
Moving on to Section 2, welcome to the Final Four.
Out of the 32 teams that entered the knockout phase, our remaining Titans are incredibly all group winners. Yet, they bring 4 vastly different identities to the pitch. It's fascinating. On one side of the bracket, we have European control and precision, pinning France's calculated, flawless structure against Spain's surgical, weaponized passing. Then, on the other side, we have transatlantic grit and firepower, matching England's gritty, by-the-skin-of-their-teeth resilience against Argentina's relentless, high-octane scoring machine. It's just a brilliant contrast of footballing philosophies.
Which brings us to Section 3, France versus Spain.
Set for Bastille Day in Arlington, Texas, this match is already being billed as the Battle of Arlington. It is a direct and highly emotional rematch of the Euro 2024 semifinal, and the stakes literally could not be higher. Now, what's really interesting here is the number 13. While France's defense rightfully gets a lot of the credit, they've conceded exactly 0 goals in the knockout stages, their attack is quietly producing historic numbers. Kylian Mbappe has 8 goals and Ousmane Dembélé has 5. Combined, that's 13 goals between just 2 players. That directly ties the legendary 2002 World Cup record set by Brazil's Ronaldo and Rivaldo. We are witnessing a truly generational attack unfolding right before our eyes.
But, is Spain intimidated by this historic French duo? Absolutely not. Just look at this incredible quote from Spain's 18-year-old phenom, Lamine Yamal. France should feel fear. Wow. This perfectly encapsulates the absolute fearlessness of youth. Remember, he knocked France out of Euro 2024 with a wonder goal, and he is bringing that supreme confidence right up against France's flawless defensive wall.
So the crucial point is how these tactics actually clash. This right here is the chess match where the game will be won or lost. See, France loves to gamble with a high press. It's incredibly effective, sure, but it leaves massive, glaring gaps in the half spaces. In Spain, they have perfectly engineered their team to exploit this. Manager Luis de la Fuente has replaced that old, sterile possession style with a truly weaponized verticality, using Yamal and Nico Williams out wide to violently stretch defenses. And hey, if the pretty passing fails, Spain finally has a physical, gritty plan B late in games with Mikel Merino, who has been pulling off surreal, late-game winners. They absolutely know how to suffer and win ugly.
Let's jump to Section 4, England versus Argentina.
Pivoting over to Atlanta, we are trading that tactical chess match for a dramatic, high-octane slugfest between 2 historic heavyweights. Because England's path to the semis, it has been pure, unadulterated chaos. First, they narrowly edge out DR Congo 2-1. Next, they survive a totally wild 5-goal thriller against Mexico, winning 3-2. Then, staring down elimination against Norway, Jude Bellingham pulls off a massive extra-time rescue to win it 2-1. Every single win has been by a 1-goal margin, and they have conceded in every single round. It's incredibly stressful to watch, but you have to admit their resilience is totally off the charts.
And that chaos is going to clash directly with Argentina's overwhelming attack. The defending champions have been relentless. They're scoring exactly 3 goals in every single knockout match, boasting a tournament-high 9 goals total, completely fueled by Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez. However, there is a major catch here. Argentina has conceded 5 goals in this knockout run. That stark defensive vulnerability, scoring 3 but leaking 5 overall, gives a resilient team like England a very clear reason to believe they can exploit those gaps and pull off a massive upset.
Finally, Section 5, Odds and Final Predictions.
So we've looked at the history and the tactics, but let's see how the data and the multi-million-dollar betting markets are predicting the Arlington clash in particular to end. If you want to know where the money is leaning, here is the hard fact: 2.40. Those are France's exact winning odds right now, anchoring the financial stakes. This makes France the slight, and I mean incredibly razor-thin favorite to win the match, within the standard 90 minutes of regulation time.
When you convert those odds, the margins are remarkably tight. France is at 42%, Spain at 32%, and a draw is sitting right behind at 31%. Now, you might notice that adds up to a little over 100%. That's just due to bookmaker margins. But what this data practically screams at us is that an extra-time thriller is highly, highly probable. These teams are just exceptionally evenly matched on paper.
However, if you're looking for a historical trend, it heavily favors Spain. Just look at their recent dominance over France. A 2-0 win at Euro 2012, that emotional 2-1 win at Euro 2024, and an absolutely wild, edge-of-your-seat 5-4 shootout victory in the 2025 Nations League. With Mbappé in the form of his life and Yamal unlocking defenses at will, the trends strongly point toward a high-scoring affair with both of these incredible teams finding the back of the net.
Which leaves us with this massive, multi-layered question to ponder as we look toward the final at MetLife Stadium. When the dust finally settles in Arlington and Atlanta, are we looking at an all-European coronation between two familiar foes, or will Argentina and Lionel Messi secure the ultimate South American finale against the odds? The tactical blueprints are set, the margins are practically non-existent, and history is just waiting to be written on the pitch. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep your eyes on the matches and always keep on learning.